Vitya Diaries Chapter 22, The End of Summer. A boyfriend. I had a boyfriend. Nico. The boy. He was mine and I was his. He'd kissed me. Yeah, it was awkward, and yeah, it was quick, but it was real. It actually happened. He kissed me and then laughed. When I'd stared at him in a daze, it was all over. Any hope of playing it cool was completely gone. He knew, right then, just how bad I had it. And that I was nothing more than a blushing idiot. But he liked me. And that was nice. "Good night, Miska," he said when I dropped him off at the hotel. I would be taking the train back without him. "I'll see you in Moscow." I would see my boyfriend again in Moscow, when Coach and I would be visiting. Just 1 month. Hardly any time at all, especially between school and the cups of the Junior Grand Prix. I could hardly sit still, which made it hard to keep everything a secret from my aunt and uncle. But at least they were easily persuaded to think that it was just going on a trip as a guest that had me vibrating out of my skin. "Okay, spill it, Victor. It's been hours and I've been waiting." "Calm down." "I can't. Your text said you'd tell me at the rink and we're here, so spill." I couldn't help it. I giggled. Even with one hand over my mouth, the happy little titters just bubbled up and escaped like some kind of obnoxious, cheerful vomit. I wasn't normally this happy, but I didn't want to stop it. "I'm going to take this as a good sign." I covered my face. "Victor, please, you're killing me." Okay, yes. I was successful. Georgi leaned closer. We were sitting on the bench with our skates on, but not tied. As long as they weren't laced, we had an excuse to stay where we were. "How successful?" "I know you went on a date." I bit my lip. "A real one?" "Yeah, and I'm..." "How to word it?" "In a relationship," he gasped. "And a kiss?" I nodded, biting down hard to keep myself from screeching. "First kiss?" "Oh Victor." Georgi did plenty of screeching for me, grasping my arms. That broke me, and I joined in, speaking high and fast, words spilling over others in a frenzy. I know, right? It was so romantic. I can't believe it. I have a... and Georgi." Vitya. Coach's voice cut through our bubbly enthusiasm with a sledgehammer. "What are you doing?" "Get back to practice." "Oh, but Coach." Victor was just telling me the good news. Confused by Georgi's defense, Coach came to us, arms folded, and turned an impatient stare down at me. Waiting for an explanation. My giddiness hadn't lapsed, though I was starting to feel a lot more sheepish. "Went on a date last night. And got my first kiss." Georgi squeezed my arm, his smile even bigger and brighter than mine. So proud, so happy for me. All his hard work come to fruition. He was such a good friend. Even Coach couldn't resist a small smile at seeing that. "With the Yermolai boy?" "Oh." I froze. Instant shock like the day I'd fallen through the ice. "Oh no." In 4 little words. The spell was broken. A simple question that ruined everything. Not that Coach knew. How could he? I hadn't explained any of it to him. I hadn't even begun to figure out how, or if I should. People weren't supposed to lie to their friends. I'd had all summer to explain to Georgi, to open up, to come clean. All I had to offer was a tight and quiet, Georgi laughed, taking my embarrassment for something else entirely. "No. Victor's got a girlfriend, Coach." I looked at Coach and he looked at me before our eyes cut away. To discuss this in public was like trying to force 2 polar magnets together. It was uncomfortable and dangerous, and no one liked playing at it except for the sadistic and the ignorant who hadn't been hurt before. Coach took over, understanding. "Oh," he said. "I see. My mistake. He's not gay." Though still chuckling, Georgi's voice was less confident now. He was ready to have it confirmed and the conversation back on track. Status quo in check. "Right, Victor." I said nothing, just shrugged. I wasn't going to lie about it. Not anymore. I wasn't gay, but I liked boys. Only boys, which probably meant the same thing to most people. Georgi might have been a witch, but that didn't mean he would get that I was a princess. They were 2 entirely different things. And I knew full well that I could accept him without him accepting me. It happened all the time. Georgi's laughter had gone, replaced with something like concern. He was nervous. "Right, Victor?" He had asked for me to trust him. But I knew then that it wasn't going to work. Even if he did accept me, Georgi still had his family to deal with. They were traditional. I knew they would never be okay with it, and that would just make Georgi's life harder. It was best for us both to end it now. Sever it before it got too painful, for his sake and mine. Clean slate. "He was really sweet, Coach," I said. owning the truth as I tied the last knot in my laces and got to my feet. It all worked out. I didn't even look at Georgi as I turned away, moving coldly for the barrier, removing my guards, and stepping out onto the ice. That was it. The end of summer. I had Nico, but I felt more alone than ever before. Me, I miss you. N. Why, Miska? N. Why? It's okay. Me, you're still my boyfriend, right? N. Why? Do you think that it would have changed in 3 days? Me, I don't know. Me, maybe. Me, has it? N. Why? You're going to run out of text messages again at this rate, Miska. Me, the month is almost over, it'll reset. N. Why? Yes, I'm still your boyfriend. Me, pass miles. N. Why? I'll kiss you again in Moscow. I spent my last few days of freedom from the academy doing nothing but packing. Even though I hadn't brought much home, it had all managed to sneak out and integrate itself into my room and the rest of the house. Hunting for and packing my new clothes, plus all of Mokyuchin's stuff, took forever. The morning I was supposed to go back, my aunt came to stand in my bedroom door while I was trying to get my suitcase to shut again. She and my uncle were taking me back to Vagan over 2 days early to help me switch rooms. Since Mokyuchin was going to be my new roommate, Felix would be assigned someone else. Vitya, I have something for you. Did you find Mokyu's duck? She looked back at my uncle, who retreated down the hallway to look for it. No, but Mokyuchin and I both gave her our attention then, head tilting one way, then the other, which made her smile. Which was nice, because she almost looked like she was going to cry. Auntie, you're so cute, Vitya, she said, and held up a blue gift bag with white bones printed on it. Here, for the new semester. A gift? I went to her. She'd never given me anything for school before. All of my supplies were covered by the academy itself. Government funded. For Mokyuchin? No. For you. Go on. Open it. I took it from her and poured through the tissue paper for what turned out to be an assortment of poodle paraphernalia: poodle notebook, poodle pencils, poodle pajamas, a poodle plush. This looks just like Mokyuchin. I know. Do you like it? Your uncle found it. I love it. I brought it all to show Mokyuchin, laying it out on top of my suitcase, and he sniffed in appreciation. Mokyu does, too. It's been a while since I've made pajamas. You don't have to wear them. But Klava and Lyuba always seem to like them. I'll wear them, I promised. The fabric was soft and fleecy. It would be great for the hotels, especially. You made them just for me? Who else would I make poodle pajamas for, if not my favorite nephew? It was almost enough to make me cry. Thank you, Auntie. You're welcome, Vitya. I can make more, too, if you like them. And other things. I have plenty of fabric left over. Her stare was so intense, like she was trying to say more than she was. Did she know about Nico or about what had happened over the summer? I was almost tempted to tell her. Maybe she would have accepted me in that moment. Fortunately, my uncle came in just then. Don't worry, I found his duck. We can go now. Mokyuchin leapt from the bed and ran to my relatives, tail wagging. Phew. He would be really upset if we didn't have it. My aunt sighed, but smiled. Good. Then, let's get you packed in the car. Vaganova was just like I left it. If Mokyuchin remembered it from the photoshoot or the workshops, he didn't let it show. He'd been smaller then, though, and had never been in the dormitories. We packed up my room and moved it upstairs. Mokyuchin would be less of a distraction there, they said, for the new boys just starting, and more privacy for you, Vitya, which may be useful to avoid questions. I took the bed on the left standing from the door, like always, and told Mokyuchin he could have the roommate bed. Mokyuchin immediately curled up on mine, of course, but I didn't mind. He and the plush Mokya looked very cute together with my pillows and quilts and Albert. It was very cozy and cheerful, a cafe au lait pup in a room painted like sunshine. My aunt and uncle hugged and kissed me goodbye, and asked that I check in once in a while, at least more often than I had before, and left. It felt so grown up, being back downtown in my own room, all on my own. I would still share a bathroom with some other boys, but here I was, 15, soon to be 16, with a dog of my own, and a boyfriend, a serious skating career, and, well, I was just all around doing pretty great for a princess of St. Petersburg. Georgi, P. Hey, are you okay? Georgi, P. Look, I just wanted to say that I was sorry for how I reacted. Georgi, P. It's okay, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. That night, lying in bed with Mokyuchin, wearing my poodle pajamas, I listened past the St. Petersburg traffic outside my window to the sound of the canal. The water had always been so soothing, and made it easier to think. I had all summer on my mind, and I didn't want to let it go. But I didn't really have a choice. It would end and winter would come whether I wanted it to or not. Georgi, can we still be friends? Everyone loved Mokyuchin so much so that they almost didn't care about his vest. It was pretty well established early on that Mokyuchin was my assistant because something had happened over the summer, but no one was supposed to ask about it directly. They whispered, of course, but I was used to ignoring that already. Mokyuchin stayed close when he could, and dozed in corners when he couldn't. We took regular trips outside between classes, which was great for avoiding people. But somehow, Felix still found us. Vitya, there you are. I was so worried when I saw you'd moved out. I thought you'd quit Vaganova. He was even bigger than he'd been before the break, and the girl on his arm was different, too. The smile on his face was just the same, though. Nope, I'm still here. Why'd you change rooms, then? Are we not friends anymore? He looked hurt, hand over his chest like he was in actual pain. Was it the relationship advice about there? No. I was quick to cut him off. No, nothing like that. They had to move me into a different room because of Mokyuchin. Mokyu, who had been busy sniffing the grass behind me, came around my legs to say hello, tail wagging. A dog. Felix was a quick one. All right. Yeah. He and I share a room upstairs. Now. Sorry, Felix. Oh, it's so cute. The girlfriend cooed. Felix crouched and offered his hand, which Mokyuchin sniffed and licked after some careful consideration. Everything's okay, Vitya? He gave me a significant glance, nodding at the vest. With his help, yeah. Stuff. I bit my lip, trying to find the right words. You don't have to explain. Felix ruffled Mokyuchin's ears and neck. I'm glad that you've come back to Vaganova. The girlfriend knelt to pet Mokyuchin, too, and Felix moved to let her while I watched. He wagged his tail harder, licking both of their hands like a silly young pup. Mokyuchin really liked them. So did I. Oh, that's right. This is Vruka. We ran into each other over the summer. I'm sure that I'll marry her, Vitya. Felix. She laughed, punching his shoulder. You haven't even officially proposed yet. Yet. That's the key word. Yet. Mokyuchin sat down to watch them banter. And I did, too, reaching to coddle my dog's fleecy fur while the lovebirds did their thing. I sort of knew what it was like now. Would Nico and I ever get to that point? Proposal. Marriage. It wasn't even possible for us. But somehow, the notion of it was so romantic, I couldn't help but want it anyway. Oh, I really wanted to get married. Vitya, that starry look in your eye. How did it go with your crush? Any progress over the summer? I startled, and immediately shook my head. He's blushing, Felix. You were right. He's such a cute little Kroshka. I think he's grown up some, actually. Rolling my eyes, I got up and took Mokyuchin's leash. Okay, that's enough. Oh yes, you really have, Vitya. Look how tall you are. See you around, Felix. Don't give up on your love, Vitya. I'm sure you'll find your perfect match one day.